Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once again to an exciting episode, because in this episode, no, of course we're not burning down, at least I hope not. In this episode we are starting with cheesemaking. Isn't that great? Let's just have a look at that real quick. All the way here in my tag tree on the upper left side we do have the case culture. It's actually say case culture, what is that name? Case culture. And yeah, that's the cheesemaking at least. And with that, let's unlock it. Very important, we already have a lot of milk production up and running over there. And yeah, the milk is just rotting away mostly. And I would really like to start with that. Problem is, of course, definitely my wooden planks. We've already finished another sawmill now over there. That is now fully employed, working it out. The problem still is, of course, that we're lacking it. We're also building another windmill here, number 3. And also right beside it, a bakery, right? Bakery right beside it. Don't forget, the bonuses don't stack, right? So I've built a bakery here already for this district. I've built a bakery here for this district. So I'm building a bakery now here for a potentially future district here already. So in this case, that's the bakery. It's also very close now to my granary, which by the way also holds the flour, right? So the granary doesn't only have the grain, but also the flour. That is just very nice for us. Now, cheese making it is. Let's just go for it. All the way down it is, and this is producing now cheese out of milk and firewood. It costs 90 bricks to make, so it's actually quite expensive, and it does not have a desirability penalty, which is great. So we can also have it a bit closer here to my to the future city district that we'll have then here as well, right? So let's go ahead and place it down, and then we'll just need to wait a bit. The cheese is then actually something for the root cellar, or it goes straight to the market. Speaking about my root cellars, we are once again full with most of them, right? And despite the fact that we have it very well stocked, I do not have a lot of food in, well, actually in stock, it seems. We're in early autumn, so it's harvest season, that's great, but I need to find more ways of getting more food and upgrading the root cellar. Let's do it for this, and let's do it for this. We want to push this one further. And I just hope that we have enough food, honestly, right? So I'm only really feeling safe with 12 months of food. 6 is rather low, but we're in harvest season, so that might also change things up a bit here. Lots of upgrades once again in the city itself. So we have the desirability threshold, and this once again also consumes lots of planks. It is also generating housing, which we need as we're pushing towards 500 inhabitants now. Also, what we're looking at is the defenses. This is probably one of my next research projects. This one's also finished now, going all the way down here. So for the first time, I think, yep, we have it fully engulfed, right? So the whole city is now fully engulfed in defenses. Should be hard for raiders to get through this piece of wood. Of course it's not, but it gives me a bit of time to react. The next farming area is coming along. This is actually very much needed. That's the farming over here. By the way, we cannot... Oh, we can expand the crop field. That is super awesome. I don't think this option has been there like 2 years ago. So it's not fixed anymore, right? So once we get rid of these trees here, we can just expand it so this looks a bit more coherent then. Loving that feature. By the way, a fence should not be really needed anymore since we are already surrounded by a wall. At least I think so. Now we're starting with, as always, with a few more things. We have the buckwheat now as a new piece here. I have no idea what we need it for. Okay, it's grain actually that we can get out of this one here with a very short duration. Then we have the rye as well. This is not as high yield as a wheat, but it is less affected by lower fertility and diseases. Rye is also more frost tolerant than wheat. Alright, so this is an option you have here. Let's actually go ahead and use my field here for cabbage and then for field work. And then we're gonna go in here with my clover and then also the wheat, and here we're just gonna make it with clover and then also a bit of work here, right? So that we have this one going. Actually, I think we could live with this one. There you go, very good. So the cheese making already started down here now, and this will produce cheese once we have the milk. I think 10 goat though is not enough, so I would like to build me a second goat barn. And we're just gonna make this one over here then, right? So it's also not that far away from anything. Goat barn, there you are. I think the cows would give me more, right? More milk. But for now, I don't have the cows unlocked, nor do I have the tag for it. So just gonna build this one over here. we always need to find new ways of consuming planks. I hope that we get a trader next year that gives me planks, honestly, because I would really just purchase them at this point. And yeah, once again, it's winter time. There are rats here. They shouldn't be, though. We have a rat catcher. There it is. Or she is. She is working here, and she should... Or she's not doing a very good job, it seems. Let's actually place her so that we also get the granaries in there, because they also tend to have rats and stuff like that. Someone died to diseases. This shouldn't be happening. He actually died right beside the healer house. Increased radar activity, also once again new siege weapons. This is something I wanted to prepare actually. The problem is planks, right? So I wanted to build a second barracks. I think we're gonna go ahead with this before I upgrade the existing one. And yeah, having a second barrack definitely works out. There is another hill up there. I just love my hills with the barracks. And I'm gonna have another one here, right? That has then also its road branching out over into this area. Because we definitely want more soldiers. The new trader arrived and he's got furniture for sale. We could also sell him furniture, and boy, that's a very nice price on it. Okay, I can see an export business forming here for me already. He also has something new I haven't seen yet, spices. So no idea what we need them for, we'll just see. And we have 28 heavy tools. I want to sell them. Holy moly, why do I have so many heavy tools? Yeah. Let's sell 13 because I still have 15 then left in stock. Let's check it out here. My blacksmith that we have. We're not producing any swords at all right now. The reason for that is that we have a lot of swords that I really don't need. Where do we have the swords, by the way? They should be stored somewhere. We have 40 bows. And once again, without warning, there's a radar attack. Only on the arrow I can see it, but there's no message about this anymore. So let's immediately train my troops again. Yep. Let's make it... Yeah, the archers are really strong. And I really want to get them going here. And we're gonna make them up here. There is no tower here, right? So this is one of the few areas where I still don't have lookout towers. Yeah, building it now is a bit late. But better late than never. So I'm gonna have another one over here then too. For later, right? At least I'll get them queued in. That's something to do though. So the soldiers will be arriving shortly. And also the tools, I want to sell them. Third flour mill, active. 49 raiders. Where are they? They're coming in here now. Close to the iron mining sites. Should be fine though. The worst that happens is they burn down the shelter. Okay, we really need the flour there. So we got 240 flour now. The next bakery is ready. Let's staff it. I do have 19 laborers still. Oh, and by the way, 15 builders active right now. So this is doing a good job. And the cheese is also being produced. Let's, by the way, upgrade that well here. It's needed. We need more water, just in general. Got a lot of water symbols here. As we have a lot of industry that consumes water right now. Okay, there's the field. I'm probably gonna make it so that we get the carrots out once, right? So this has a frost tolerance, so we need to do it early in the year. And then we probably push it with those two there. Very good. Then we have one with, let's start with wheat and then the clover. And then let's have one with cabbage and then the clover, right? Want to have a bit more vegetables. We're focusing too much on grain there. Even though grain is important, of course, vegetables are too. So there we have, for example, the carrots early on. And then we go with the clover and then... no. Can we do some field work and then something? Yes, perfect. And then we're going with clover and then the cabbage. That's a good all year yield. And then we go with clover and then wheat. Okay, there they are. Oh, it's getting more horses by the rates. So that's not so good. They're coming in here. My soldiers, where are they? Not a lot of soldiers forming right now. I might actually need to retreat here right away and move the flag to my defenses, right? So here, where I'm going to activate my lookout towers now. I think we will need to do this. And let's also garrison my people so that the town center is also firing. This will not be ready on time. So I'm just going to abandon the outer skirts here. You know, they're not... Oh, holy cow, look at that. I'm not gonna... You know, they're not gonna attack anywhere. What are they doing? They're actually, I think, flanking me now. They're trying to come in from here too. Could be. Could be. It's okay, it gives me a bit more time to also... You know, to defeat them here, because they're alone then. The rest are kind of like trying to get around the lake now, it seems. Strange tactics. Yeah, by the way. So many things. Let's not forget that we need to sell. That's 3,000 gold. Nice. Hopefully we're not losing them in the rate that is coming now. Selling. We don't have any weapons, in fact. Okay. We do have a lot of money, though. So we could purchase that shard of Markovian's blade. My soldiers and guards do 15% more damage. I think this is a really nice one. The stone I don't need. We're producing that ourselves. Okay, perhaps... You know what? We're selling a few more heavy tools. So that I can afford this really cool relic there. Because that's a lot of money. And he still has money. So we're also going to sell a few iron ingots there. Right, to get the money. And trader number 2. You're purchasing what? Nothing for us. I mean, we could sell a bit of iron. We have lots of that. And we're producing lots of it. Okay, here they're attacking the gate now. Oh, there's more coming again. Okay. They've decided they want to go this route.
Your command?
Okay, my soldiers are kind of like blocking each other, it seems.
Your command?
Come on, go around here. What is that?
Your command?
They're blocking each other.
Your orders? As you command.
Like, my crossbowmen are doing a lot of damage. And my soldiers take a lot of hits. But this will not be enough.
At the ready.
That's so many horsemen especially. Just keep them fighting there. Let's prioritize the barracks here, because I think we can get a second flag out there.
Your orders. Your orders? As you command.
Okay, let's retreat now to my lookout tower here. They're not moving. Why are you not moving? Come on. Okay, now we're moving. Let's get down there. So many. It's incredible. I mean, we did a lot of damage. Look at that. On this hill, a lot of people died. There's more raiders now coming, though. Oh, by the way, they're coming for this gate, it seems. Let's activate them. Still have 10 people left. It is here that we're gonna make another push. Okay, let's sell the ore that we have. By the way, we have 4,000 gold with that. And... that is exactly the relic now. 15% more damage for all my soldiers and guards. I think it's a good value, right? Or should I wait on it? 15%. Okay, it is here that we continue with the onslaught. In the bushes we fight. For the glory. They're stealing some flour here, that's okay. It's not like I'm gonna miss it. Okay, these are fleeing now, but that was only a small portion of it. Okay, they're attacking on my next granary. And where are the raiders? Ah, they're coming in now, okay. Destroying my goat barn. Can we get more? Please? I think we can, right? Reinforce my units there. Okay, so there are a few more raiders, right? I think they're fleeing. They're fleeing. Yeah, very nice. Holy cow, we need to upgrade, ladies and gents. These guys are strong, but my units are not bad, right? I think with a second barracks, enough people that we can, you know, train all of this. We don't need the best defenses in the world if we have a good army, a good standing army here for us. Let's spend the company again. And rebuild what has been lost. That's my gate here. And yeah, my goat farm. Unfortunately, it's not that expensive to rebuild though. There's my second barracks now. So now we can actually train 2 full companies, right? That's gonna be pretty harsh on them. We just need more weapons. And yeah, you know what? Since I'm going with this tactic, let's also get me that relic. I think it's worth it. We have acquired it. And yeah, it's ours. We spend a lot of money on it. We still have a bit of money to get me a few more weapons in. Yeah, exactly 4. Let's transfer them over as well. And with that, we have no more money in the trading set. We still have 6,000 gold, by the way, so that's fine. And let's just transfer this over. And yeah, I'm also going to switch it so that my blacksmiths are also producing 1 sword, 1 heavy tool, and 3 tools, right? Because we need the tools always. They're more important. Okay, we can also expand the lookout house again. Is there a way to actually do it for all of them? I don't think so. Another traders. There's so many traders coming in with the upgraded version. We have 400 beer in stock. Let's sell 300. And also clothes. We have lots of clothing there. And no planks. No one is selling me planks ever. And we have also finished the next goat barn, by the way. This is important because the trader is selling goats. Let's have the next one somewhere over here. Can we have it on the same? In the same area, by the way? Can they overlap? I think they can, right? This would be pretty great. Let's get me another fence going. A fence gate. I think they can overlap. This would be pretty great for us. Okay, there are 10 in here already. They moved to the other one, right? This one here still needs to come back online. And then we can sell the clothes. This is already 600 gold. Oh, he doesn't have that much gold. So we need to do this step by step. He's also got a relic. The bows, crossbows, and towers do 15% more damage. Oh, this is actually better than the other one. Alright, can't change that now. Gonna get me the goats. Because we need the milk and I want to spend money. So that he's got money. So that we can sell. There's so much, I mean, I do have so much ale, right? That I could potentially purchase that relic there, honestly. Yeah, let's do it. We have enough gold. 3,000 is also not that much. Yeah, let's purchase the relic. There you go, Eye of the Hunter. And now we can sell the rest of my ale to him. Because now he's got the money. Get us some gold back again. And so with that, we are back at 5,000 gold. Which is fine for me, since we're making a lot of coin anyway, right? And, oh, also 500 people. Got an achievement for that. And let's also assign the goats that we got here. And let's also get them in here. Should be fine. This one's full. Let's actually switch it a bit. So let's get like 3 goats to the other one. There as well. Full 2 goat farms now. That's great. Anything else we could sell here? No, I don't think so. I think we're fine. This was a very successful trading year so far. And the 2 relics, they should be working all the time, right? So, yeah. This was what? Oh, shields and high coats provide more armor. Soldiers do more damage. Do we need to... Oh, I think we actually need to switch it. It will be locked for 6 months. Alright. Now we do more damage. And then we got the Eye of the Hunter as well. Food-wise, it's fine. 9 months. I'm happy with that. Also, harvest season is upon us. So there's gonna be even more. Got some rogue goats from all the raiding, so that's gonna take a bit of time, but they're herding. That's okay. It's gonna rogue. Really, it's actually in a fence. The fence is complete. This is how I'm feeling comfortable. Almost a year of food in stock. That's exactly what I wanted. Another work camp is absolutely required at this point. Let's have it outside here, and there is something for it. and that is the forestry over there, right? So the work camp can be upgraded to a forester camp that is also replanting trees. It would require a total of 3 to go for this, because the tree regrowth needs to be boosted by 40% first, and then we can unlock the forestry. I think it's a safe thing to do now, because the cheese is fine, right? I don't think I need anything else in particular, but we need a lot of logs constantly. So let's confirm this one. And it's a pretty massive boost, I think, for the work camp now. Upgrading this is relatively cheap. Gives me the forestry that can also regrow its own tree stand down the road. Yeah, let's start with that one. And we should be having one over here. There it is. Let's also upgrade that one here, because there's the forest forage right next to it. And yeah, this is what happens when you're too quick about the expansion. We are out of firewood. That is because all the bakeries consume firewood, the brewery, the cheesemaker, and at the same time we ran out of logs with all the repairing of the walls and stuff like that, and this actually leads to us running out of firewood now. I think it should be fine. We're at the end of winter already, but it's a warning sign, right, that we need to stabilize this economic branch of our village there, of our city, and that is the forestry now. So I'm actually upgrading 3 right now to get this way more stable. I hope there's more people we can employ with that. We're gonna see this now here. So this one's finished now, and as we can see, yep, we can employ 2 more people to that, which is great. And I'm gonna make it so that my work radius is here, right? I'm also having a gate here built so that we can actually go all around here. So this whole thing here is being forested, chopping the trees. I mean, strategically, actually it makes sense to have it like this, right? Outside of the gates. Yeah, let's go ahead with that. Now here we can choose now, go with logs, and then plant trees as well. And only chop down mature trees, right? So they should always go with a nice ratio here to keep the forest intact. And we're doing this with that one here that I'm upgrading now. And with that one here too, that has been upgraded as well. I hope we can stabilize our logs with that. Gotta love the next trader here. He actually purchases flax, and we have so much flax, 1,300 in stock, that I can sell a whopping 500 right away. And I could even get me, yeah, another, let's say 300 flax over, just so that we make a bank here. Now, next on my list, since we do actually have 52 laborers available, and I think food supply is rather secure right now, is also finally working a bit on a gold production, and that is then a gold mine that we have over there. 30 planks it cost me again. Okay, it costs me wood as well. We are in autumn, it is winter soon, and firewood is not looking too stable. What's going on here? We already have these guys working on that. I cannot upgrade that. That is actually a shame, you know. I knew the time when you were actually able to upgrade this right away, and now we need to unlock it in the tag tree. All right, I'd rather go building me another one, a firewood splitter, and we can basically just have it, yeah, right here beside my foundry and my blacksmith to have another production for this going. Log-wise, it's a bit problematic right now. The reason for that is that we're reforesting also a lot of trees ourselves. So this takes a bit of time, right? So some of them are working, some of them are, yeah, reforesting, right? So we have a very bad ratio there. We have 4 forester camps now working non-stop for this, but it will still take a while for a city of this size to get back to normal. I don't know, we probably should stop consuming firewood. I'm gonna stop with the cheese making for now, and I'm probably also gonna stop with the beer making for now, right? That's just, yeah, and one bakery I'm also gonna turn off. We need to save firewood a bit until I have at least 300 available once more. Also upgrading that town hall is my next priority. 380 bricks, we're closing in on that. That would be then over here. My kiln is fully working. Illness is fine. By the way, this is also great. My wagon drivers here, my transporters, like this guy here, he's transporting 48, right, in just one wagon. That is just crazy in comparison. Can we see this? How much a normal villager can take? Because I think it's a fraction of that, right? He actually carries 4, 5. He actually also needs to carry his own food, of course. Yeah, I think... Can we see this anywhere? Baskets? I think it's around 10 stuff that they can carry around, right? And the wagon is here at whopping 50 almost. That's pretty great. Okay, the winter is over and we survived with 100 firewood. That still doesn't seem like a lot to me. The third firewood splitter is online now. And they're really working hard here. And yeah, logs we have now finally. So there is actually an improvement here. Now, I really want to save the rest of my bricks now and planks for that town center upgrade. And for the town center upgrade, we only need 200 planks. So I do have enough here to get me my next production going. And that is something I've been wanting actually. Oh, wait a second. Ooh, the furniture workshop. 150 planks it costs me. So let's rather focus on my upgrade here first. We can now do it. Town Hall 4. I'm actually really excited about this. And yeah, with that, we're getting, I think, the highest tier now that is possible here. By the way, we have dehydration as my active disease. We'll just see 6,500 gold, lots of planks. There it is. Construction started. We got a whopping, yeah, 20 builders at this point that we can assign to something like that. We got 72 laborers in the pool that always, you know, join that when someone dies in a job, or also my military when I need them, and of course also as a builder on demand. What is going on with water? We do have quite a lot of wells. I'm actually gonna upgrade me another one, and I'm a bit confused. I think over here we should have another one. There is a very good source of water here that we can have, and I think up here I'm also gonna have me a well. And here's my industry zone. This is where we need especially a lot. So I'm also gonna have a well. I mean, this is actually 80%. 80%. Let's have a well here too. You know, and then we have one here behind the wagon shop as well. So really, water should not be the issue here. That would be devastating. We have enough wooden planks, by the way, despite all of this. So the planks are already finished. And that means I can also afford now the furniture workshop. Been waiting for this. And now we can finally then produce furniture with that. It has no pollution. This is great news for us. And I'm going to move it over here. And the reason why I'm not going to have it... Wait a second. We could have it. I mean, we can always just quickly move it. There's actually room here. Yeah. Let's squeeze it in. No props. Right in here we do have our next production. It needs a heavy tool then as well. And it's close to my central storage, you know, where there's already quite a lot of traffic. Back and forth, of course, with all of the things that we have. Okay, about the gold. We have a lot of gold stored in the trade center right now. There's nothing that I really need, so let's just transport this. Oh, whoa, okay. We have 12,000 gold in total. I thought we only had 6,000. We have way more gold than I thought. That is crazy. So I can actually purchase me some armor there as well for my soldiers. I would really like to do this. The heavy weapons are also nice, but it's not something I need. Weapons we produce a lot ourselves. Tools is actually rather low. But that's it, right? I don't need anything else here. And there, everything is in, and construction is about to finish with the town center tier 5. There we go. Yeah, that's the highest upgrade. And with this one in the center here now, we have a whole bunch of new options, right? So for example, a lot of buildings can now be upgraded. Industrial buildings especially, that have the requirement. And also I can now finally go into the deep mining here. That also was a requirement to have tier 4. That's the deep mines, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and unlock me them right away. There you go. Because now what we can do is we can now finally get me that golden, right? Because this one here requires a deep mine, and all the way down here we have it. So if I have the normal gold mine, as you can see, there's no gold in range, right? Despite being on a gold deposit. But if I go now with my deep gold mine, we now have gold in range. Holy cow, that's expensive. 1,000 gold though is something we can easily do, right? Because of course we have the money for that. And the heavy tool we also have. The only thing I might consider is dropping my weapon production again. We have a lot of weapons actually in store again. Let's just produce a few more. Actually I need 24 weapons, so we are at 15, you know, so I can have 2 armies at the same time fully equipped. And there it is. Also our furniture workshop now consuming planks to produce furniture. And let's just ramp it up to 4 right away, because if we produce more, we can always sell it for a very good price. Finally, firewood is up its job again, over 400, and also we have lots of logs in, so I'm gonna reactivate my industry. This one here, as we can see, is nicely regrowing, so right now it's not fully working yet, right? So there are no trees in range of this work camp, but they're growing now, and soon they will be busy with all of that. In the meantime, yeah, they're just gonna plant more trees. We can also now work on tier 4 upgrades for my housing, and in this case here, we have now the tier 4 town center. We have 3 types of food already. Now we need glassware or furniture. Well, furniture is being provided now. That means, well, we need to work on desirability. So we're at 71 out of 80%. It's not that far away, in fact. So there is a high chance that we can actually do this. What I also would like to do right away is upgrading my roads now. Now we do have a lot of stone, 500 almost. Is there a way to actually select only roads? What I would love here is having an upgrade button, like an arrow, for example, where I can just hover over things, right? Now I need to select it and then upgrade. Takes just more time, and especially when you do a lot of upgrading, like here, gets a bit annoying. But we can afford, of course, all of these upgrades. Regarding the upgrade, what we can actually do now, or the desirability, we can now build that large statue. There is also the extravagant ornamental tree. This, however, needs a knowledge point, and the flower urn. We can always move these around then, but I actually would like to go with the large statue it is, as far as I can see, the only decoration that gives me 2 times desirability upgrade, right? So that's pretty neat. It costs 2,500 and 65 iron and 50 stone. And look at that, plus 11%. That is a lot. And yeah, we can have it then nicely here. Before I actually build it, yeah, I think we can have it like this, looking towards the town center, right? I would though like to move the school. I think it's inappropriate to have it here. I'm gonna have 2 schools, in fact, right? That have then, yeah, a bigger range than overall. For the school to move, though, we need to make room for something. Because if I have it here, we actually get the desirability bonus. The school does not provide for everyone. Is that right? Here's a tricky thing. I have no idea. If that school is providing everything here. I can find it out by placing another school, and I can see that these guys here are getting a bonus now. And these guys here are getting a bonus now. So, yeah. There's definitely need for 2 schools in that town. It's just a matter now where I should have it. I'm gonna move my hunting cabin a bit further away, because this is the one that I would probably like to use for moving these here over, or these here, because the school needs 2 slots, and then we can actually already start the construction of another school over here, just behind the market. Really, there's a nice area here available that we can have. Do we want to get rid of the tree? I don't think so. I could have it like this, right? Squeezing it in. It's nasty though. So let's have it like so that we have the market here available, and this one provides, right? And then we have one probably here to provide for all of these guys. Also, by the way, we should upgrade the market. We have everything for that. Let's initiate that as well. Reason for this is, of course, we want to get more tax income out of this area here. And the market does provide also a bigger radius that I want to have. By the way, this is really neat. We can see when we upgrade the market, the old radius and then the new one. So I can see now where I can exactly move new buildings to. Found myself also the area where I want to have my school. So it's really here. It's nice. There's a park to it. That's great for the kids. And it's also so that we can kind of like engulf this whole district there without having to worry about not providing for everyone, right? And yeah, there's a bakery here, so people or the kids can also just grab their meals here. All right, the large statue is coming along, what I can see. There it is. And by the way, it just looks so different with the paved roads, right? Beautiful. And yeah, this leads to the first houses now upgrading, especially here, the out ones. It's, I think, having quite a big radius, that statue. And with that, we're getting this one. Yeah, and with that, also desirability has been met for these houses now. The problem is, though, now that I'm still not providing furniture to everyone. Let's actually get the markets full. Also this market here. The additional tax income is coming in, 150 coin, very good. And 4 marketeers now stocking the market should do a nice job there too. What's going on here? Come on. Move that building, please. trader, what do you have to tell me? Ah, he wants ale. He wants a lot of that. Or beer. 200. Let's make two. Let's make it 80. Stone, honey, I don't have anymore. We are now providing beer, which is twice as valuable. And you're selling me what exactly? Crossbows. That's pretty nice. But we have the Fletcher somewhere that should be upgradable soon. Let's check it out. There's the Fletcher building. We need nothing anymore, just bricks. And then we can upgrade the Fletcher now. And this will then provide me, I think, crossbows. Okay, we can move the school finally. Over here. And yep, it is not changing that much, right? So it stays the same, except that a lot of buildings here are getting their bonus. And we should have a nice overlap with that school here, right? For most of them at least. Also, and this is nice, we can upgrade the shrine here. I would like to do this as well. These are very expensive upgrades that I've not done so far because, well, they're expensive. But right now, I feel like we could do them. Also, I'm running out of planks, but I think that's because of the... Yeah, of course, all the upgrades here. Look at that. Whole districts are upgrading right now. With that markets finished, I would also like to continue with a few more houses that we can have then on that side. Probably, once again, I'm going to leave a bit of space there in between. And there we also have the hunter still. Ah, it's a forager. Let's move the forager a bit further over here. Outside. By the way, the forager also has a nice new upgrade that we're gonna have a look at later. That is completely overhauling the building. There's the shrine. Oh, it's beautiful. Right here in the center of everything. I just love the art style of the buildings there. Beautiful. And yeah, this is once again giving it another bonus. So we're really at 85% now. All I really need is furniture. The problem is we're out of planks right now because of all the upgrades. I'm still gonna push more people here now. Because I think, yeah, only 11 were produced last year. So the production rate is really slow for one piece of furniture. So I don't think we need that many planks out of that, right? 10 planks for one furniture. My 2 sawmills should provide. So far so good. Yeah, town center tier 4. Really excited about that. Also, that central area is coming along just nicely here now. And we continue onwards then in the next episode with tier 4 production most likely. And perhaps also finally fortifying our town here, our city with stone balls. Stay tuned.